today I'm going to do a blow-by-blow video just to show you what it's like owning chickens and rabbits. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning and I've just gotten up. I'm just going to have a quick check on our buck here. He is called Jasper, and unfortunately he's been in our cage for coming up 2 weeks. So it's typical of rabbits in not massive cages is they tip their food over and they tip their water over. So at the moment, even though I'm giving him a water bottle, I need to top up his water there because that's completely dried out. So poor little Jasper, he can't stretch or stand up at the moment, so I'm really cringing about having to keep him in this cage. So much so that I've had a bit of a brainwave last night. Yo, sweet. And that is to put the rabbit in the bottom of the aviary there. The chickens have had full access to this over the summer, but at this point I really can't stand to see him in this little cage all by himself, not being able to jump. I mean, look at it, you can't really run from side to side, and it's on this little wobbly table. So even though it's somewhat reasonable to keep him in here, and I know lots of people do, especially meat rabbit breeders, keep their rabbits in cages. Today I'm gonna change that, and I'm gonna get my handy nifty little gloves on. If you want to be handling rabbits, especially ones that you're not handling every day, the gloves and the padded coat are essential. So let's see how this goes. So I'm going to pick him up and put him over there down in the aviary. The chickens haven't been laying that much. They only lay 1 egg a day out of 6 chickens. So I'm not really going to be losing sleep over having them in their upstairs area in their coop today. I will provide for them fresh water and food. And I think I will also introduce chickens down to him at some point, but not all at once, because I can imagine the chickens actually running up to him and just pecking him and terrorizing him. So that's why I'm a bit reluctant to let the chickens come to him. So right, I'm gonna see how that goes. Hey, come on then. Good boy, Jasper. Good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. See if I can get you here. Good boy. Okay, good boy. Good boy. So I'll do that in a second, but let's just check on everyone else first. Okay, so we have got our pen here with Grace and Sam. Sam actually turned out to be a girl, not a boy, and as you can see the food is empty. The upstairs food is got there and there's some water there, so I'm going to go and get a jug of food. You might have seen Grace there, she just thumped the floor. So she didn't like me talking, I don't know, she's not very happy about that. Let's go and check the other ones. Okay, cool, so they need to get some food and water. So in the morning, the main thing is about sorting out everybody's food and water, and letting the hens out, which obviously I'm not going to be doing, at least not straight away. I mean, I might do it later. Okay, so, where's my jug? Normally I have an array of jugs around here. Oh, it's been left in, okay. This feed's about run out, so you see I have a very nice quality feed. This one, let's have a quick look at this. This one is Allen and Page down there, and it's breeders and growers pellets, and basically it's non-GM ingredients. And it's basically the best thing you can get if you're trying to grow out or grow up your rabbits, get them to gain weight. And yeah, so you don't want them to be on this like the whole of their lives. So when guys like Jasper grow up, when he's like fully mature, or maybe just before he's fully mature, I'll probably switch him over to a food that's a bit less proteiny and more fibre, so that he's just sort of ticking over and not gaining weight. Actually, this is really sweet because this is all a bit transparent, so you can see the other rabbits through there. Or maybe you can see it better this way. So, oh, Jasper's run off. He's enjoying his freedom. This is great for him. This is like the most freedom he's ever had in his whole life. This is awesome. And these two are very interested. Yes. Let's see what happens. These guys know what's going on. They like the food. No running away here. Maybe a little bit. Now with the feed, I don't overfill it. That's only about halfway, 3/4 full, because little Sam loves to stand in this and she can just tip it right over. So just leave it like that. I don't have all like my gimbal and all that kind of stuff for the beautiful videography, but you guys wanted to find out what it's like. Right, so there's these guys. Phoebe, yeah, you're a good girl. Hello, Jasmine. Hello. I'm not supposed to leave the dust in, but I don't think it's really any big deal. Slug, don't need you in there. Right, so they've got a bit of water. I'll probably come and tip that out later today and refresh that. Well, funny, because as you can see, I've got a nice clean drinker there for the chickens, and they don't pay that much interest, but you notice as soon as the water starts tipping out, it makes a big muddy puddle under there, and they go nuts for it. They really do. It's really funny. Okay, so let's see if I can do something a bit better with this horrible camera angle. Yeah. Oh, let's just watch Jasper for a minute, enjoying his newfound freedom. This is so cool. Don't know how long I'll keep him out here, but look at that, running around. I might even bring the other rabbits over to him so they can all run around like this, because this is very cool. Okay, should we have a look at the madness inside the chicken coop? I don't normally do this with the chickens inside, but here they all are. Hello, so this is Molly. She is particularly crazy. She's very flighty, so when you go to like touch her on the back or something, she just really she'll flap her wings quite dramatically at you. So it's just really evasive. Right, so this is a 6x4 chicken coop, and then obviously you've got the roof rafters, and we have our ventilation points above that also lets light in. So this is a chick drinker. So this thing is I'm going to top this up. It's got a bit of water in it already, but I'm going to top it up, and I'm going to clean all the side off there and mix it in with the bedding below. And I'm going to keep them up here. The roosting boxes are flipped up at the moment, so they can't access it. That's going to change. So I'll flip them down so they can get in there and lay if they want to. But basically today I'm going to just have them up in here, I think. I may change my mind. I don't really want to, like, you know, keep them all hidden up here, but I don't want to have my buck beaten up by a bunch of... so I'm going to rip out... Now this is just ornamental grass. This isn't like their favourite thing. This probably doesn't taste all that great, but it looks, you know, alright. It's not like nice field grass, which does actually look like it will probably taste quite good, if I'm honest. I don't know why our grass has gone yellow, but hey ho. So let's see. Hi guys. Look, I've got something for you. Yeah, you're not running away anymore. That's good. Yeah, they're well into this stuff. So let's go and put this down here. There you go. Good girl. This is Jasmine. She's half lionhead. Well, I say half. She's some kind of lionhead, some kind of New Zealand, and maybe some kind of Californian as well. But at the moment, she's just showing lionhead in New Zealand. The Californian shows up as the sort of dark grey, blackish smudges on the nose, ears and paws. But she's come out pretty much pure white as far as I can see. Yeah, but she's a good looking little rabbit, I think. I like the lionhead on her. This is Phoebe. She's very inquisitive. Phoebe's coming round to me a little bit more because I'm not handling her so much. Last week I was handling her like every day, like a couple of times a day, and she absolutely hated it because she hates being picked up. Like I said, rabbits, it's not natural for them to be picked up because they're prey animals. When they get picked up, they think, well, this is it guys, kiss my life goodbye. So they're just happiest actually just being fed by hand, and the relationship, or the I won't call it relationship, but it's the interaction develops that way, just through feeding and not being picked up. But once you can get them on board through feeding, then they'd probably be a bit more happy about being picked up. So that's my theory anyway. Oh, look at you, you're so cute. Yes, you are. So, whoa, what's this? Do you like that? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. There is some grass already over there, but they haven't eaten it. Never mind, didn't cost me anything, did it? So I do a clean out at the end of the day. Sorry about that angle. I do a clean out at the end of the day, about 5:30 in the evening, before dinner time. It's quite a kind of vigorous activity, so I like to leave it sort of before dinner, and then I sit down for dinner, and then I can just, have some peace for a little while. That's really good. That is really good. They're supposed to run like that. That's basically natural behaviours doing that. So that's really good. I'll probably return him to his cage overnight because this is not fox proof, and it is perfectly feasible that a fox could, in theory, jump up that tree, jump onto my shed, jump off the shed, make a lot of noise probably, run over here, and Fox's claws will literally just shred that open, no bother, and then just free access to Bunny. So I don't want to put him in harm's way, but in the daytime the foxes aren't so bold as to leap into our garden in the daytime. And that's a general rule of thumb all across the UK, that chickens are pretty much safe in their environment in the daytime, but as soon as twilight strikes, that's when foxes start getting a bit more brazen and bold. Hello, are you a good boy? So I'm really glad actually that we initially made this design of chicken coop to be so generous. It's 12 foot long by 6 foot wide, and look what it's enabled us to do, and also the coop bit as well being 6 foot by 4 foot. So we do have that flexibility of keeping the chickens inside, for as long as we need to. The little hay manger, I think you guys can buy this in America, this exact design, but in the UK for some reason we don't have people designing products for rabbits as well. I say it quite broadly. It just doesn't seem that way. Like you Americans seem to have such specialist stuff for rabbits, like really nice feeders and stuff, to be done on a sort of a small agricultural scale, like the gravity feeders and things like that. We don't have that kind of thing. We have to kind of go to for chicken stuff. I don't know why, it's just doesn't seem like a booming industry, but I think meat rabbits in the UK is very unusual, and it's got to be quite low sort of key, small scale. Chickens are scratching away in there. So there's a lot of thought and consideration into how it's all working and how. Oh, I wonder what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to get to the girls. So today we've got, this is a wonderful design, wonderful build that hubby's been doing. It's to my design. The only thing that's not to my design is this sort of nice convex roof? Yeah, convex. So up here, so it's all, this whole design is all about being really handy at standing height. So up here is going to be, this is going to be all boxed in, this like square area here, and then here is going to have wire at the front, so there'll be like air and water that can come in here, and there's going to be a tray underneath so you can pull that out, so that'd be cool. The sides, he's begun to put these wooden panels. I don't think he's going to leave them in, they might do, I'm not sure, he might do, sorry. This needs to have a thin, like 1 mil thick wood sheet pulled over the top of it and hammered down into place, and then we'll probably put a tarp over the top and then finish with roofing felt. So that will be sided in. The back will be boxed, the back will be boxed here, and then here there'll be like a way to kind of come through, so the rabbits can walk down here. They've got like a big resting area, and all this, we've got the wire mesh, the weld mesh here, and that will allow waste to fall through, and we are going to have some more catch trays sort of down on this level, so there's going to be a fair bit of running around the space. They'll be able to run sort of all the way around there and then down in this area, and also down here as well, so that's going to be completely open, so they're going to have a long rectangular area to be able to run around in. And then this section here is also for a pull-out tray. So at the moment I'm sort of squatting down to kind of to demonstrate this, and it's still got me a little bit out of breath. So here's the door, it's on his little hinges, so you can come in here, do what needs to be done, pretty good. But on the other hand, if you want to do the same sort of cleaning out in this rabbit hutch, you have to go right down on the floor and you have to get way to the back. Now the bunnies is quite clean over there. For some reason they don't like to toilet over there, which is great. But over here, I'm just going to take this off. The bunnies like to toilet in the most awkward place possible, right next to their toilet, their latrine. So this is really annoying. So I think they're doing their wee-wees over there, but poops there as well, and there, and there. Oh my gosh, there's so much of it. And where we've got a chicken wire mesh on the floor, it's really difficult to sweep it up. I've tried, but in some places, the wire, chicken wire is quite high, so I'd need to kind of depress this and kind of get this out. So it's cleaning is tricky, and I'm really a big fan of good hygiene. So this is really irritating me that I can't get to that and just clean it all away. The box is great. I just took that all out at the end of the day and give it some fresh wood shavings, and it works beautifully. The wood shavings absorb the urine like just really well. I don't know. Up here is quite nice. They don't toilet in here all that much. They just sleep in there. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to use my bare hand. Look at that. It's all clean. There's no wee in there, no poop, nothing. So the girls, they're quite good with their toilet training. Apparently you can train rabbits to wee in a box, like I have done, but you can't train them to poop in one place, because it basically comes out at will. So you can expect your bunnies to kind of poop everywhere, but you can train them to wee in one certain place. Okay, right. I think it is time for me to go and have my breakfast now, and let's go and check the time. See how long this whole thing has taken.